BN's manifesto to address young people's concerns. Opposition parties only good at making empty promises. Good evening, I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak says that Barisan Nasional's BN manifesto for the 14th general election will be more youth-friendly as a way to boost their confidence towards the party. The Premier said the manifesto will prioritise a better future for the people, especially the younger generation, as they are a vital asset as the country moves towards progress. Datuk Seri Najib, who is also BN President, said that the manifesto will include the party's aim in providing employment opportunities, affordable homes and more for the future generation.
Kita akan masukkan satu bab khusus untuk orang muda. Untuk pemuda dan untuk puteri. Kita akan fikir apa? Kita akan fikir tentang soal ilmu dan kemahiran. Bagi peluang, kita akan fikir tentang gaji dan pendapatan. Kita akan fikir tentang peluang pekerjaan. Kita akan fikir tentang tempat tinggal. Kita akan fikir tentang lifestyle orang muda. Semuanya kita akan masukkan dalam manifesto Barisan Nasional.
Datuk Seri Najib said this in his speech when opening BN Youth and Puteri Machineries gathering at Institute Kemahiran Belia Negara in Pagoh, Johor today. Also present were Johor BN Chairman Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin, UMNO Youth Chief Khairi Jamaluddin Abu Bakar and UMNO Puteri Deputy Chief Zahida Zareh Khan. Meanwhile, commenting on the manifesto, Khairi said that the younger generation should not look at the past and instead move towards a better future for the country.
Barisan Nasional tak pernah kita ada satu manifesto yang khusus untuk orang muda, yang bakal mencipta pekerjaan, yang menjamin peluang ekonomi, yang menjamin perumahan untuk anak muda. Tetapi apabila anak muda bersuara, saya nak bagi tahu bahawa Yang Muhammad Datuk Seri Najib telah setuju, telah lulus supaya kita ada satu manifesto untuk pengundi muda.
Meanwhile, touching on the promises made by the opposition, Datuk Seri Najib said that they were only empty promises, as many had resulted in people to face various problems such as the water supply disruption in Selangor.
Kalau kita boleh buat driverless train, takkan masalah air tak boleh selesai. Kita boleh selesai, tuan-tuan. 22 bilion kita dah belanja. Tapi masalah kerajaan negeri bukan kerajaan BN. Ini jadi punca masalahnya. Jadi kalau beritahu pada mereka, air boleh kita selesai.
He said that the failure in finding a solution to the issue had caused the people in the state to suffer and also affect the development of Selangor and the Federal Territory. Member of Parliament for Gua Musang, Tengku Razali Hamzah, said that the Goods and Services Tax GST, which currently helps the government generate 40 billion ringgit, is not a tax which can easily be abolished, as promised by Pakatan Harapan, as stated in its current manifesto.
Saya tak tahulah kerana jumlah yang dikutip hampir 40 bilion setahun pada kadar yang dikutip sekarang. Dan nak ganti dengan apa kalau you hapuskan 40 bilion punya pendapatan kerajaan? Ya, bagi saya tengok sepintas lalu lah, kita pun nak hapus GST yang diguna sekarang yang memberi pendapatan hampir 40 bilion lebih. Bukan mudah.
Tengku Razali said this when asked to comment on Pakatan Harapan's promise of abolishing GST within 100 days of its appointment as government in the 14th general election. Meanwhile, when asked about former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, Tengku Razali said that the former Premier is carrying a huge burden as the leader of Pakatan Harapan. The date for the tabling of the Election Commission's EC electoral redelineation proposal in the Dewan Rakyat will be decided soon. Dato' Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, who is Barisan Nasional's chief whip, said he will meet with the Prime Minister and Dewan Rakyat Speaker to discuss when the proposal can be tabled.
Pembentangan usul persempadanan semula akan dibawa kepada Dewan Rakyat untuk diperbahaskan dan juga pengundian akan dijalankan, sama ada pengundian secara belah bagi atau kaedah suara. Tarikh belum ditentukan untuk pembentangan berkenaan kerana terdapat perbahasan titah diraja di Dewan Rakyat dan selepas itu akan ada jawapan daripada menteri-menteri diikuti dengan pembentangan bil-bil yang baru, akta-akta yang baru.
The Deputy Prime Minister said this after chairing the 25th Annual General Meeting of the Malaysia Crime Prevention Foundation, MCPF, today. The EC yesterday said that it had submitted its final report on the redelineation of electoral boundaries for parliamentary and state constituencies to the Prime Minister. EC Chairman Tan Sri Muhammad Hashim Abdullah said the redelineation exercise, as provided for under Article 113, subsection 10 of the Federal Constitution, had been completed. Prime Minister Dato' Sri Najib Tun Razak today announced higher allowances for People's Volunteer Corps or RELA volunteers and officers. The allowance for volunteers is increased from 6 to 8 ringgit an hour, while for officers from 7 ringgit 80 cents to 9 ringgit and 80 cents per hour. Dato' Sri Najib said the move would benefit more than 3 million RELA volunteers and officers throughout the country and was taken to appreciate their loyalty as the second line of defence of national security. The Prime Minister also announced a 20 million ringgit allocation for the purchase of digital camouflage for the RELA force, which is on top of the 100 million ringgit allocation provided earlier. Speaking at RELA's 46th anniversary celebration at Taman Expo Pertanian Malaysia Serdang, MAEPS, today, Dato' Sri Najib, who is also Finance Minister, hinted that additional allocations were in store for RELA if the Barisan Nasional continued to receive the mandate in the 14th general election. The Malaysian Crime Prevention Foundation, MCPF, has been urged to step up its role to assist police reduce crime, thereby enhancing the public's perception and confidence with the security of the country. Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said although the rate of serious crimes has generally fallen, the people's perception has not improved due to the occurrence of minor crimes. Speaking when opening the 25th MCPF Annual General Meeting today, he said it's not just from the education aspect that will eventually produce results in preventing and reducing crime, but MCPF at the national, state and district levels must take efforts to continue to be third-party validators to assist the police. Dato' Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid, who is also Home Minister and MCPF Chairman, chaired the meeting, which was also attended by Deputy Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Nur Rashid Ibrahim. Speaking to more than 300 delegates at the meeting, Dato' Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said to enhance its role, the MCPF needed to create community policing in every district and housing areas to become the eyes and ears of police. He said community policing, which was extremely effective in reducing crime, was popular in the Chinese community but was still poorly implemented in Malay and Indian neighborhoods. 21 foreign women were nabbed for working as illegal guest relations officers, GROs, in an entertainment centre along Jalan Burma in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang yesterday. The 14 Vietnamese and 7 Chinese nationals were detained during an Ops Noda raid conducted by the Pulau Pinang Secret Society's Gambling and Vice Division D7 Division at 11 p.m. During the raid, the foreign women were found dressed immodestly in a public area. They were also in violation of their social visit passes by being employed as GROs. Some of the women were also found trying to hide in cold storage containers. The police conducted the operation after a week of surveillance upon receiving a tip-off from the public regarding immoral activities being conducted in the entertainment center. The detainees were aged between 19 and 30 years old. Meanwhile, State CID Chief Dato' Zainul Sama, who confirmed the arrests, disclosed that the women were taken to Northeast Police Headquarters for further investigations and documentation processing. Two people were killed in a collision between a Perodua Myvi and a motorcycle at the Tun Dr. Lim Chong Il Expressway, Jalan Sungai Pinang Traffic Light Junction in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang this morning. The deceased have been identified as Indonesian nationals Sutiono Nur Yassin, 51, and Nuril Anwar, 49. Northeast District Police Chief ACP Anwar Omar said initial investigation showed that Sutiono was riding the motorcycle with Nuril as the pillion rider. They were heading towards Jalan Sungai Pinang from Persiaran Karpal Singh. When they approached the traffic light junction, the car from E-Gate to the city centre crashed into them. The car then dragged both Sutiono and Nuril for 30 meters. Both died from severe head injuries in the 12:30 a.m. incident. It is learned that Nuril was killed instantly, while Sutiono died on the way to the Penang hospital. The car driver was treated at a private hospital for light injuries. ACP Anwar added that a post-mortem will be conducted on the bodies and that the case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Coming up, My Pesara app targets 600,000 users in 2018. The National Stadium last night to watch the exclusive premiere of the 133-minute extended version of the biopic film titled Lee Chong Wei, Rise of the Legend. The film, directed by Tang Bi and shown via a specially built giant 40 by 17 meter screen, made history by etching its name into the Malaysia Book of Records as well as Asia Book of Records. The biopic chronicles the life and success of Malaysia's badminton star Dato' Lee Chong Wei from his early days until he became a world champion. The filming process took almost 3 years and cost about 6 million ringgit. The motion picture also stars popular Malaysian actor Dato' Rosham Noor, who plays the legendary badminton player, and Chong Wei's coach, Dato' Misbun Siddiq. Singaporean actor Mark Lee plays Chong Wei's dad, Lee Ah Chai. The event began with a 100-meter red carpet ceremony graced by actors and honoured guests, including Chong Wei and family.
And I also, this is satu encourage and rakyat Malaysian and orang muda, and mungkin boleh orang cakap sports betul can successful, and saya harap and satu encourage more people play in sports.
The Lee Chong Wei biopic will hit theatres nationwide on March 15. Rural cooperatives in Pahang are urged to produce products that can be marketable both locally and abroad. Human Resources Deputy Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Ismail Abdul Muttalib said in addition to producing cakes, palm sugar, dodol, kelulut honey and many more local products that can be potentially be produced for the market.
Mereka menuju ke arah mengembangkan sumber-sumber pendapatan kepada ahli-ahli. Dan koperasi luar bandar ini adalah antara koperasi-koperasi yang juga menyumbang kepada pembangunan ekonomi negara khusus dalam luar bandar.
Dato' Sri Dr. Ismail added that cooperatives should take advantage of the opportunity to produce such products and improve their economic standings. He said that the demand for Malaysian halal products are on the rise, especially from West Asia. Of small cooperatives, he suggested that they should team up with big cooperatives to increase the marketability of their products. The government had recently approved an additional allocation of 100 million ringgit for Tekun, providing their commitment to helping women entrepreneurs to be competitive and to succeed. The retirement fund, incorporated KWAP, targets about 600,000 of its contributors to use the My Pesara application this year. Since its launch last year, the application now has 300,000 subscribers, consisting of retirees and civil servants. According to KWAP's Director of Corporate Strategy and Performance Department, Ismail Zakaria, My Pesara is the result of an initiative of the National Blue Ocean Strategy NBOS and the Public Service Department JPA.
Antara manfaat aplikasi yang kami sediakan ini ialah pesara boleh membuat semakan, sebagai contoh semakan kelulusan faedah pesaraan, semakan penyata pencen, semakan bantuan mengurus jenazah secara online. Jadi ini akan menjimatkan masa mereka tanpa perlu hadir ke kaunter pelanggan untuk bertanya soalan-soalan yang kita boleh uruskan secara online.
Ismail added that an additional 25,000 retirees a year will benefit from using the application. The app has additional features such as tips on financial planning, healthcare and emergency contacts which differ according to location. Pensioners and civil servants can download the application through the iOS and Android platform for free. Smart UPU, an information delivery system which was introduced this year, will benefit students, making it convenient for them to check the status of their qualifications, application results and appeal decisions efficiently. According to Higher Education Department Director General Datin Paduka Dr. Siti Hamisa Tapsir, the initiative was implemented by the Department of Higher Education in line with the expansion of access to higher education and transformation of the delivery service system. Smart UPU includes UPU Pocket, UPU Tag, Digital Ads, Tanpa GST, 2U2I, Laluan Kerjaya and Laluan Khas B40. So far, the mobile application UPU Pocket has been downloaded by 12,000 applicants to access UPU online via smartphone or any mobile devices. Datin Paduka Dr. Siti Hamisa said this in her speech at the opening of the National Higher Education Carnival 2018 Kelantan Zone at the Mini Stadium Sports Complex 2 USM Health Campus in Kubang Krian. This year, the ministry has planned a 16-part nationwide tour of the National Higher Education Carnival. The implementation of admission applications to public universities, polytechnics, community colleges and skills training institutes through UPU Online will be opened from 5th of February to 10th of April. That concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, Prime Minister says opposition parties only good at making empty promises. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. Till then, I'm Cynthia Arthur and thank you for watching.